Hi, Cheryl here, and I want to share with you today some of my favorite, cheapest and best art tools for building your fundamental skills, which will ultimately make you a better oil painter. So some of my oil painting art students, were commenting about how I use my brush. They were talking about my dexterity, my fine motor control, and that got me thinking, where did I get these skills from? And of course it was from oil painting, but it's actually from drawing. So I'll show you the pencils and my tools that I use. These are charcoal drawing pencils. And this one here is a Wolf's Carbon. These are very hard, so you need to buy a 4, 5 or a 6B. Conte 1710B, my favorite, because it has a thicker lead, less likely to break. And this one here is the Generals here. These are available from art stores. Now, the beauty with these pencils is that they're hard to break. And so therefore they can be sharpened to this very, very long taper. And it is this taper that mimics a paintbrush. The way that we use this pencil to carve, to draw, mimics the paintbrush. So the skills that you learn from drawing transfer into your brush handling skills when you start to become an oil painter. Now that is really good news, because this pencil is cheap. Oil painting is expensive. Some of the cadmiums are $50, $60, $80 for a tube. The charcoal pencil works beautifully on smooth, cheap newsprint, and you can buy it in pads. I buy it in the A2 size, and that fits onto an A2 size drawing board. This one here has a handle in the side for taking off to life drawing. It has 2 large clips on the top, and they often come with a big rubber band that I don't seem to have very much use for. So you can buy it in these pads from art stores or in reams, and it's called kitchen paper, but it's smooth newsprint. They use it for wrapping up food, or the removalists often use it when they're moving house, and they use it to pack fragile items in. So you can buy it from removalist places or storage type places, or from these kitchen supply businesses, and it is so much cheaper. Now, with these pencils sharpened to this taper, when you have this long sort of a smooth taper, if you turn it on the side and have an overhand grip. Now the overhand grip is this grip. It's different to the tripod grip. The tripod grip is used when we are writing like we did in school, but we're going to try using it with this overhand grip. So you can hold it with the 3 fingers on top, thumb underneath, and with your little finger, you can sometimes run it around the paper to steady your hand. So when you're doing large areas of value, just like here, hold the pencil, bring it down, 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 down the page, and you'll get these beautiful sort of large areas of value. Now, if you actually hold it on the tip, you can get very beautiful fine lines, and you can stab at it to make it really dark. And if you hold it at 45 degrees, you can get a thicker line. So you can get so many different looks from this one pencil. You've got some cheap newsprint, and you have a board. And if you have a putty rubber or a kneadable rubber, which is a rubber like this, this acts like a glazing tool. It can be a rubber, and it can also pick out, it's almost like white paint. So if you have an area of dark that you want to remove, maybe something to do with this shadow is too dark, you can press on it and it will actually lift it off. It's like a glazing tool. Now, if you would like to add some highlights to the hair, you can use this to actually pick out some of the highlights of the hair. And if you would like it to add some texture to the background, you can see here how I've just taken it out. If you would like to get a highlight or a highlight in the eye, make it really tiny, push it into the eye and you can pick it out. So this is a kneadable rubber. So you've got a few Contes and you've got them sharpened to a really nice length. Now remember to put them in a really secure little pencil box, something which has got some foam in it or something to stop the tips from breaking off. And that way you can have a little box of your fundamental skills, and they'll go anywhere and everywhere with you. I've just shared with you the best and the cheapest method to build your fundamental skills, which would ultimately build your oil painting skills. And I know that in the world of art, it is easy to experiment and it's easy to buy lots of different sorts of materials and colours and mediums. And it's very easy to go very, very broad. And sometimes we have to just go deep. And I know that when I first started using one of these pencils, it felt like I was drawing with my left foot. It was that hard, but stick with it. I know that you can. And my next one is going to be on how to sharpen it.